Garrison University in the Punjab metropolitan city of Lahore is an important milestone in the history of higher education in Pakistan. It has fast grown from a purely academic higher education institute into a research institute and is fast developing into an entrepreneurial university.
The Lahore Garrison University is one of the top universities of the country in computer software and information technology fields. LGU is proud of conducting online classes and exams without any interruption since March this year in the current pandemic situation.
Honorable Chief Guests, dignitaries, respectable keynote speakers, presenters and participants. On behalf of the Vice Chancellor, Administration, Faculty and Conference Organizing Committee, I welcome you all for the first International Conference on Management and Social Sciences 2021, being organized by the Department of Management Sciences in collaboration with the Faculty of Social Sciences. The conference is themed as COVID-19, Pandemic, Change, Resilience and Strategy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is high time for the industry and academia. In the face of pandemic and face news, the industry needs more than ever facts, figures and data which is scientifically proven and accurate to tackle the challenges raised by the pandemic. Lahore Garrison University is taking a step forward through this conference where concepts will be shared, discussions will be arranged, diverse ideas from the international keynote speakers will enhance our vision and broaden our intellectual spectrum. I once again thank you all for joining us for this conference. Now, I would like to invite Qari Muhammad Riaz to recite a few holy verses from the Holy Quran.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الذين يتلون كتاب الله وأقاموا الصلاة
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, distinguished colleagues, international and national dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are joining us from. On behalf of Vice Chancellor, Lahore Garrison University, Major General Shehzad Sikandar, Hilal-e-Imtiaz Military, Registrar, Lahore Garrison University, Brigadier Raheel Ashraf, Sitara-e-Imtiaz Military, and Director Academics, Dr. Arif Javed. It is an absolute honor for me to welcome you all to the first International Conference on Management and Social Sciences. We are most glad to inform you that we received a total of 241 abstracts that includes 79 full-length papers in different disciplines within their themes. On the top is Psychology Department with 109 selected abstracts and full-length papers, followed by Management Sciences Department with 38 abstracts and full-length papers. Ladies and gentlemen, out of 241, the selected 134 abstracts and full-length paper shall be presented in the next 2 days over parallel conference sessions being chaired by renowned international and national researchers and experts. In particular, I would like to recognize the efforts put in by Professor Dr. Rizwana Bashir, Conference Chairperson, Associate Dean, Management Sciences, along with all the head of departments of Faculty of Social and Management Sciences and their team members for arranging ICMSS 2021. Indeed, many thanks to Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Dr. Nasser Ikram, Pro-Rector, University of Central Punjab, and the distinguished keynote speakers who have joined us from all across the globe. To include Professor Dr. Prem Kumar Rajagopal, President and Chief Executive Officer, Malaysia University of Science and Technology, Malaysia, Sheikh Imran Nazar Hussain, International Islamic Scholar and Philosopher, Trinidad and Tobago, West Indies, Professor Dr. Amandeep Dheer, University of Edgar, Norway, Professor Dr. Kamran Musa, Chief Executive Officer, PIQC Institute of Quality, Lahore, and Professor Dr. Al-Noor Bhimani, Honorary Dean, SDSB Business School, Lahore University of Management Sciences. I would also like to thank the chairpersons and the participants and students for their valuable time and contribution. Ladies and gentlemen, over the past year, COVID-19 pandemic has highlighted the importance of having the necessary digital skills to continue working, continue studying, and continue caring for others and remaining connected with our loved ones. The pandemic has challenged us all in many ways. This conference provides a unique opportunity for all of us because of its scope.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. As Vice Chancellor, Lahore Garrison University, I extend a very warm welcome to the distinguished guests from across the globe. It gives me great pleasure to be a part of this congregation of scholars and researchers as we launch the first international conference on management and social sciences. Let me first thank you all for taking your precious time out to participate in the first ICMSS jointly organized by the Department of Management and Faculty of Social Sciences. I express my sincere appreciation to the Honorable Chief Guest, Admiral Professor Dr. Nasser Ikram, Hilal-e-Imtiaz Military, retired, eminent keynote speakers, Professor Dr. Prem Kumar Rajagopal, Sheikh Imran Nazar Hussain, Professor Dr. Aman Dheer, Professor Dr. Kamran Musa, and Professor Dr. Al-Noor Bhimani. Our esteemed participants, students, and attendees of ICMSS 2021. We are highly honored to have all of you on board to share your research and thoughts in this two-day conference, and sincerely hope that it will be an enlightening experience for all of us. Today's conference is a very meaningful event and an important step towards connecting the research fraternity and practitioners from all walks of life, both within and across national borders, over the theme Change, Resilience, and Strategies. The COVID-19 pandemic has not only changed the world's dynamics socially, politically, and economically, but has also brought a sea change in the ways institutions work across the globe, and academic institutions are no exception.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, as the case may be in the part of the world that you are in. Rapid digital adaptation led by COVID-19 has thus created some positive lasting impacts in the business world as well. Small businesses flourished because they only needed internet and did not pay huge sums of rents in order to operate. Work from home helped the society at large. Resilient and sustainable globalization surfaced as the outcome of digital epiphany. Opportunities, ladies and gentlemen, outweigh the challenges, and despite the pessimistic predictions regarding our education and economic sector, I can spot hope in these dark times. In short, post-COVID work and educational world is going to be a hybrid one. We need to invest in enhancing the digital skills of our workers, teachers, and students. Some shifts are likely to stay. These include reduced overheads, transparency in decision-making, simplified processes, cutting through the red tape, task-based rather than time-based work model, and the ease of working flexibility, delivering quality tasks and meeting the deadlines.
Hi, thank you very much, Dr. Rizwana. Okay, and also greetings from Malaysia to all of you. And happy to know that during this difficult time, and you're organizing an international conference, which is really amazing. Yeah, pulling your resources together and getting this going. And on behalf of Malaysia University of Science and Technology, I congratulate the organizing team for getting this conference going. Yeah, thank you, gentlemen. That people have gone through a lot of psychological impact, trauma, especially those people who have been impacted by the COVID-19. Yeah. At one end, you have people who are wage earners. They work, their salary paid. And the other one is those people who are in the business, yeah, entrepreneurs, yeah, business owners, yeah. They also go through heavy psychological impact and trauma. What should they do? Yeah. We have to accept that this is something that is beyond our control. The impact is global. There isn't a single country is free.
Ladies and gentlemen, success does not come handy. Rather, it is achieved with hard work, devotion, and professionalism. Our next keynote speaker is an example of all these traits. Chief Executive of PIQC, Institute of Quality, Pakistan, experienced researcher and professor, international trainer and consultant, author and advisor to national institutions in the field of quality, engineering and management.
So my topic is Quality 4.0 and upgrading quality profession and practices to meet the industrial changing trends, particularly after the COVID issue. I'll have my discussion focus on 3 points. First of all, Industrial 4th Revolution, what is that and where we are standing today in our country. And the second point will be on Quality 4.0, quality management alignment with the industrial changing needs, particularly with reference to the 4th generation of industrial revolution, Industry 4.0. And last but not the least, the role of universities in producing quality professionals and practitioners.
Okay, so so first of all, I thank the university, the Lahore Garrison University, for inviting me for this keynote. So I'm really thankful to the conference organizers for inviting me for this session. So I'm going to give this 20 minutes keynote where I try to kind of summarize this very contemporary and very timely topic of dark side of social media.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Conference Chair, Professor Dr. Rizwana Bashir, Vice Chancellor Major General Shehzad Sikandar, Chief Guest Rear Admiral Dr. Nasa Ikram, Dr. Noman Majid, the Dean, Social and Management Sciences, Lahore Garrison University, brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum. We begin with Allah's blessed name. We praise Him and we glorify Him as He ought to be praised and glorified. And we pray for peace and for blessings on all His noble messengers, and in particular on the last of them all, the Blessed Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam. I am grateful to the Lahore Garrison University and to the organizers for their kind invitation for me to address this first international conference on management and social sciences. Thank you also for allowing me to choose to address the subject of Pakistan, the way forward.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much for this nice introduction. Great pleasure to be here. Just see if you can't hear me, just let me know. But thanks for this invitation, and really pleased about having this sort of conference at a time when we want to learn different things about what COVID has done to us. And what I'd like to talk about is that it's not all negative. Actually, there are a lot of positives that have come out of it. So what I thought I would do is just to spend a short time talking about three things that are quite important. One is the ability to innovate in the time of change and uncertainty, such as the pandemic environment. I'd also like to talk a little bit about the new ethos that is emerging, basically with certainly students, not just at LUMS, but everywhere, but I think globally. So I'll talk a little bit about that. And then what I'd like to do is to just say a few words about my own domain, which is primarily digitalization and financial management and accounting. So I'd like to draw out one or two significant things, I think, whether or not you have an understanding of accounting, which is immaterial. So I'll just focus on those three things today, and very welcome to ask any questions or interrupt at any time.
Assalamu alaikum. Good day to all the participants. This conference provided an opportunity for all of us because of its scope. It has attracted delegates from different countries, people with different specialities, with ranging knowledge on issues of COVID-19 pandemic, change, resilience, strategies. My appreciations to the organizing committee on the successful conduct of the conference. Ladies and gentlemen, humanity has been experiencing great uncertainty in the last 1.5 years due to the disruption caused by COVID-19 pandemic. This is not the first time a pandemic has threatened the lives of millions of people. However, the speed with which governments, practitioners, and researchers have been reacting to these events is unprecedented. The pandemic and its terrible economic, political, and public health consequences have been dealt with the great expertise by the highly qualified personnel across various domains. The discourse not only highlighted the problems arise due to COVID-19, but also suggested a ray of hope for humanity. One of the proposed solutions is the telepreneurship. In the end, I'm pleased to announce the second ICMSS scheduled on 29th and 30th March 2022 to be held at Jinnah Auditorium, Lahore, Garrison University, inshallah. We look forward to your participation. With this, the first international conference on management and social sciences is declared closed. Thank you.
कोरोना के तालीमी सरगर्मियों पर असरात और इससे महफूज रहने के लिए इकदाम, इस मौजू पर लाहौर गैरिजन यूनिवर्सिटी में आलमी कॉन्फ्रेंस का इनेकाद किया गया, जिसमें मुल्की और गैर मुल्की जामियात के इसातिज़ा और तलबा ने ऑनलाइन शिरकत की। माहिरीन तालीम ने इत्तफाक किया कि तालीमी सरगर्मियों की बहाली के लिए एहतियात का दामन थामे रखना होगा ताकि दरस व तदरीस का अमल मुतासिर न हो।
जो हमारे लोग हैं और हमारे जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं, उनका जो मोटिवेशन लेवल है उसको भी बरकरार रखते हुए, तो वहाँ से हमें तजावीज़ भी आती हैं जो इम्प्लीमेंट करते हैं, बहुत अच्छी। फिर दुनिया के बारे में पता चलता है कि वो लोग कैसे इस सारी सिचुएशन से गुजर रहे हैं और कैसे इसको हैंडल कर रहे हैं।
ऑनलाइन क्लासेस और इम्तिहानात बारे इसातिज़ा ने कहा कि इस हवाले से आगाज़ में कुछ मसाइल तो सामने आए, ताहम तलबा का तालीमी नुकसान नहीं हुआ।
पाकिस्तान को भी ये चैलेंज फेस किया गया है, हमने अपने थीम्स में इनके ऊपर बात की है और यूनिवर्सिटीज़ ने अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह बहुत अच्छे तरीके से इसके ऊपर रिस्पॉन्ड किया है टू कूप अप विद दिस चैलेंज।
कॉन्फ्रेंस में शरीक मलेशिया, नॉर्वे और वेस्ट इंडीज समेत दीगर ममालिक के माहिरीन ने कोरोना के दौरान की जाने वाली अपनी तहकीक और मुशाहिदों बारे भी आगाह किया। कैमरामैन मोहम्मद जुनैद के साथ उमैर राना, हम न्यूज़ लाहौर।